Hi, I'm LP Master 6, and welcome to my 77th Let's Play, Undake30 Samegame daisUkusen Mario version. That's it. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It is not same game. I thought it was same game for years until I saw it written out in hiragana, the main Japanese alphabet, and it's Samegame, which makes sense because this game was released only in Japan, developed by Hudson Soft. Of course, it comes from an earlier game known as Chain Shot, which later became a commonplace puzzle game in Japan known as Samegame. I'm leaving it on the screen on purpose because this is the worst title screen music I've ever heard, and I want you to have to suffer through it like I did while setting up for this. We can turn the BGM off, but obviously we're going to leave it on. I guess we'll get into what Samegame is in a second. Right, I'm burning my ears out because I had my volume way too loud on my headphones. Well, Mario Wiki says that just like Mario and Wario, this game is Japan exclusive, but it's written entirely in English. As you can see, this is not the case. So we're going to press select, and that randomizes the board. It just reshuffles it, I guess, and starts the game. So basically, you find multiple things that are the same, and you press A, and you press A again after you confirm, and there you go. Simple. See, that's why I thought it was called same game, because you're looking for stuff that is the same. Diagonals don't count, but as long as they're beside each other, vertically or horizontally, in any row, like, I'll find a good example in a second. See, like this. This counts. But if there was one diagonally in the mix, like these eggs, I'm pressing it all I want, nothing happens. If you hit X, it undoes it. It makes a nice little undo sound. Y and B do nothing, which is pretty weird. And I'm actually playing this on a Pro Controller. Normally I use the keyboard and make you suffer through all the sounds that makes, but not today. So I'm really bad at this game. I have actually never successfully done a game of Samegame. It was originally released as Chain Shot in 1985 for computers in Japan, of course. And I don't know if the guy didn't patent it or trademark it or what, but it later became commonly known as Samegame, and everybody rips it off. It doesn't seem like wildly popular, but it is a popular enough game. But it's one of those really mathematical puzzle games where you get a board based on chance and you make moves mathematically, which is normally something I'm good at, but not in a style like this. I'm good at making calculated moves, but not in a puzzle game setting. I'm pretty bad at it in a puzzle game setting. We'll just keep going this way. See, we're not doing too horribly. Hudson Soft actually came out with, I think it was after this, although I read a source that said it was before this. I'm pretty sure they came out with it either later in the year or in 1996. That's a version of Samegame for the SNES. And this cartridge itself is actually pretty weird. It was originally released, not publicly, but it's a ROM flash cartridge, sort of like they did Nintendo Power cartridges in Japan later, not to be confused or related to the magazine. It's where you would take a blank SNES cartridge to a kiosk and it would print a game onto it for you. They gave these out to contest winners throughout the late 90s and mid 90s, and primarily gave them to stores to have them playing on SNES displays, or Super Famicom displays in this case. Alright, let's go back to the bottom, I guess. No, we'll let the coins live. Oh, we should let the fire flowers live. I don't know, I'm just kind of clicking. It's not entirely random. I am going in a line, just seeing where my luck takes me. That might be our last move. It's not. No, because we have these. Oh, still not a game over? Still not a game over. Now it's a game over. Okay, we had 33 left and our score was 246, so not great. And you actually get a password which I believe was specifically for entering into contests. And we didn't get on the scoreboard. Ouch. Or maybe we did and we just don't get a star. I can't tell. That says Pan. The names next to the score. You can't ever name yourself. Because I have gotten first place on the scoreboard. I've gotten 400. I think it was 400. It might have been like 397 or a little over 400. But I'm willing to bet the lower, the more likely. Now, what does that say? Toku 10? Top 10? Is that top? It says Ku. Toku 10. Top 10. I don't know. And we have 3 options here. I don't know what these mean. But I know the first one is play again. So we're going to keep going for a bit here because, I mean, it's a fun game even though I can't beat it. Let's start from the top this time. See if that does any better for us. And then maybe next time we'll start clicking completely randomly. And see if that leads us anywhere. This was later released as an early game for the Satellaview add-on, or Satellaview as I've heard it called, which I guess makes more sense for Japanese, but I say satellite, you know, as an English speaker, so it feels weird. You know, so Satellaview seems to make more sense. But that version actually had the voice actor for Bomberman, Japanese, of course. We're not to the Satellaview yet on this channel, so I guess I won't go too deep into what that is, but it was a broadcast service by the company Saint Giga, where you would play games at particular times like they were TV shows, and there would be narration and cool stuff going on with it. And I don't know, I wish we had something like that. It worked up until the year 2000. But we weren't playing the SNES by then at all at that point. We were gearing up for the GBA and the GameCube. So it's weird to think the SNES was still booming in Japan in the year 2000. I was 2 years old at that point. The SNES, I always thought as retro, you know, growing up. So it's such a weird thought to me. But anyway, in case you've never seen me before, I'm LP Master 6, and I am playing through every game in release order in every series relevant to the original Super Smash Bros. For the most part. So far, including the Mario series, the Donkey Kong series, the Legend of Zelda series, the Metroid series, the Yoshi series, the Kirby series, the Star Fox series, the Earthbound series, and the F-Zero series. Sorry, I know that's obnoxious. I'm trying not to be more obnoxious, but I'm trying to find a medium to where I'm not too boring. Not because I think it'll make the video bad, because sometimes when I'm boring and just talking, it's okay, but it makes me way too quiet. So I have to have a little bit of emphasis in my voice at all times, otherwise the audio quality is so bad. And if you've also never seen me before, I obsess over the audio quality in my videos for some reason. I'm so sorry. This is... I 100% every game on my channel, except for puzzle games and some sports games. Some puzzle games I will 100%. Some will be through cheats, of course, but this one... There's no point. There's actually some unused content. There's quite a bit of unused music in the ROM of this game. And the Satellaview version is actually from an earlier build of the game, it seems like. I can't remember my evidence for that, but go to the cutting room floor for that. What was our score that time? Oh, 292. We are on the board this time. I swear I've gotten first. Alright, what's the second option? It's just... Oh, is it replaying the same board? Because this looks to be the same board. Alright, you know what? We're going to click randomly. Because see, we're clicking... I'm just going to click over and over. Nope, see, this is a plus to me not using the keyboard. Okay, this is pseudo-random, of course. I'm just seeing stuff I can do, and I'm going to do it. So, yeah, there's a lot of unused music. And a lot of unused sounds. There's one for a frog ribbiting. It's interesting. I wonder if this game was supposed to be expanded or what. Because this is, you know, it's not a retail game. So it's interesting that they made it at all. It's just a little demo, mostly. Somebody at Hudson was like, I like Samegami. Let's make a game for that. How do we get people interested? Make it Mario. Of course, in their later version, they released... You know, they didn't use Mario characters. They used characters from something I've never heard of, but I don't remember. It wasn't Bomberman, but this game does have an article on Bomberman Wiki because of the Bomberman voice actor and because it was developed by Hudson. So that's neat. So, you know, on the most loose definition ever, just because it has a page on Bomberman Wiki, you could say this is the second collaboration between Mario and Bomberman. And that's nifty. That's neato right there. Oh, I screwed us. Oh, that's okay. Now see, your goal is obviously to not leave any one-offs hanging, like this Mario, no matter what we do. These three right here, we can't help them. We can do these fire flowers and these mushrooms, but yeah, see, there's $2.99. We're doing better, so eyeballing it pseudo-randomly was pretty nice. Now, what is this option? Okay, that's just out of the game. Great. And I believe we pretty much covered it. We'll go one more round. Why not? Nah, you know what? We'll just do our closing thoughts on this screen so we don't have to deal with the awful title screen applause. Not that it's bad for the game. It's just, God, they could have given it a baseline or a bigger loop or something. Jesus Christ. I can't imagine that playing in displays in stores. I believe there's also... No, I'm thinking of Yoshi for NES. I was going to say there's an unused extra icon, but I'm also just thinking of how there can be 4 or 5 different icons to match up, depending on variations of Samegame. But I am not an expert, as you saw. And I guess I will see you guys for my next Let's Play. Another puzzle game, Kirby's Avalanche. So thank you for tuning in. I'm LP Master 6.